Hey guys, Untitled here. I got to bring to you today a review on the Keurig My K-Cup 2.0. So I'm gonna do a review, but I'm also gonna do a comparison, a little head-to-head, because a review is only good as something you measure against. So it's always good to have something to compare it against and to get a base for how good it is. So I'm gonna show you guys how much coffee I put in. So I put the maximum for each type. So my K-Cup is probably gonna have a little bit more, although the purple is gonna be a little bit more wide at the base. So it's a different approach. So I'm gonna show you guys the inside here. So show you guys the how much coffee I put in there. So you guys can see that. So basically my K-Cup might have, if you're looking from, depending on which angle, you might see that there's a little bit more coffee in there than the purple blue, I'm guessing, because the purple blue I'm not going to fill it up to the top because I did that before and it's not good. So you have to leave just a little bit of a gap in the screen on each side, so just a little bit, so to help it out, to help the water pass through it. So if you fill it up too much, it's just gonna hurt the machine. So that one is just, you had the max line, so you can fill it up. I could probably add a bit more grain in there, but it's pretty much filled to the max there. You know, I could add just a little bit more, but I'm gonna put you guys back here. So zoom out. I'm gonna start with the purple blue, and I'm gonna add the exact same amount of milk, the exact same amount of sugar in there. So I'm going to just use one sugar packet to put in there. So just usually that's how I take my coffee. So let's start with a purple blue. So purple blue, I'm going to close it. I'm just going to open up the Keurig. Just going to put it in there. Close it. So now it's giving me my choices. I'm going to go with 10 ounce because that's usually what I use. So 10 ounce coffee. So, and I'm gonna make it strong because this coffee is not really strong, so it really doesn't taste that much. So I want to make it as strong as I can to get a little bit more taste out of it. So let's start. So you guys can see how much it's gonna fill in and how much coffee we're gonna put in there. So I'm gonna do a little taste test afterwards to show you guys and just tell you guys which one I think is the best. So you guys can see the process there, the coffee going inside the mug there. So you can see the color of the coffee. Put it on the side like that. You guys get a little bit of good idea what it looks like. So you can see that the Keurig is struggling. I don't know if you guys can hear, but the Keurig is struggling a little bit. I'm also doing some laundry, so that might not help for the sound. So as you guys can hear, the Keurig is really struggling. I put maybe a little bit too much coffee in there. So I'm gonna wait for it to drip down, because usually when I use that, the purple blue cup, there's a lot of coffee dripping afterwards. So now you're ready. I'm gonna wait for it to preheat. So back out. So now that's ready to make another coffee. I'm just gonna take the purple blue pot and just put it back down here. So still dripping a little. I'm just gonna open up the pot here. And I'm just gonna put that here and just do my little trick to get the coffee down. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's a little bit of coffee went downstairs. So now I'm gonna switch it over. I'm gonna put this one on this side for the purple blue. I'm gonna switch that over and put the My K-Cup 2.0 in there. So this one, there's only one way you can go. So you look at the locks, you look at a little tab there. This goes down towards you, so there's only one way this could go. So now when you get this down here, you get the choices. So let me look at on the screen here on top. So you get all the choices that you could do. You could use you know, travel mug. You could use different settings. So this is really good for me. So lots of different settings you could use. So let's see if we can go back. If we go back there, so strong. So let's see if we go back. Can we go back out of there? So 3. You got 14 ounce, 12 ounce. 2. You got 14 ounce, 12 ounce. 3, 4. So now you get, you know, just your basic settings. 3, you got just your basic settings, but without making it strong. There you get 12 ounce, 14 ounce. Sorry guys, I'm not in frame. I'm gonna have to redo that. So number 1 is the carafe. So insert carafe if you're gonna use the carafe for that. So number 2 is strong. You can do 12, 14, and 16 ounce travel mug. Then you can make it strong. Number 3 is just travel mug, but without any options. So 12 and 14 ounce. I would probably use 2. The number 4 is the recommended settings for this. You know, for the My K-Cup is the recommended settings. So 5 is step 1 froth. So you got that, and the other one 6 is just, you know, a couple of settings. So basically I'm gonna go to 4. I'm gonna go to 10 ounce, and I'm gonna make it strong. So I'm gonna put you guys back here. Zoom back out. So now I'm gonna go with the My K-Cup. So I'm gonna put my coffee here. So now I'm gonna press the button. So that's fun. That's giving you all the options now for My K-Cup. So you can do different options, different stuff. So now let's look at it. How fast it's gonna go. Look at the coffee itself. This video might turn a little bit long, but at least the information is going to be out there. So which one's going to taste the best? I usually put some maple syrup in my coffee, so maybe I'll put some maple syrup in there, but I don't want to waste my maple syrup just to do some testing, so I might put that back in the fridge. So what I'm noticing is it's struggling a little bit less with My K-Cup than the purple blue. So purple, I could have put a little bit less. And at the end of the cycle, the coffee seems to be a little bit darker than purple blue, so a little bit of stronger coffee. I'm just gonna let it drip a little bit just to finish off the cycles. So after that, I'm going to show you guys the 2 coffees side by side. I'm going to add my sugar in there and a little bit of milk. Alright, so now it says more water, but what I'm going to do is just close it. And it's pretty much finished dripping, so let's open it. Let's take that here, put it on the side here. So right now you guys can see the two coffees side by side. So the one on the right is my purple blue, and the one on the left is my K-cup. So let's try to zoom in on the coffee so you guys can watch the difference between the two. So I don't know if you guys could tell, but I think my K-cup is a little bit darker, so it should be a little bit richer, a little bit better. So I'm just gonna back off, recenter the camera here. So I'm gonna put some sugar in there, some milk, and let's do a taste test. All right. So I want to put the exact same level of ingredients. So 1 packet of sugar in this one. Yes, I take 1 sugar in my coffee usually, or usually it's maple syrup, but if I'm just taking coffee somewhere, I'm just gonna put 1 sugar in there. So 1 each. Now for the milk, I'm just gonna add a little bit of milk just to give it a little bit of color. So, and I can measure the level side by side here because I'm using the exact same 2 cups. So that one. So this should be good. So it's not a lot, just a little bit, just to give it some color and change the taste a little bit. I'm not your purest coffee drinker, so this is about the same amount of coffee, so and the same amount of milk. So as you guys can see on the left, the my K-cup is a little bit darker still, even though I put the same amount of milk in there, about the same amount of milk. So let's do a taste test. So let's start with my the pure blue right here, little dolphin. Not bad, a little watery, not a lot of taste in there. Yeah, it really tastes. You don't really taste the coffee. It's more diluted a little bit. So now let me step over to this side and let's try my K-cup 2.0. You can definitely taste it a little bit more on the on my K-cup. You can really taste a little bit more the coffee. It's going to extract a little bit more. It's still a light because I think it's the roast itself. It's still pretty light, but it tastes better. It has a little bit more taste. Maybe because you can put a little bit more grounds in there compared to the my purple blue. So you know, if I had to choose one, which one would be better out of the two, I would say it's my K-cup, but you do pay for it. It's $20, which is expensive for what you're getting, a piece of plastic, and which probably costs less than 50 cents to make. But it does create some better coffee. So I'm just going to put these on the sides here. I'm going to put them in the back. So what I want to do is take the cups in front and show you guys on the inside. So if I undo this boat here, so see what's happening here. I'm going to try to show you guys with the lights here, or I'm going to get a small pocket light so you guys can see that. So let's look inside there. So let me look. Let me switch the level and put it on medium. So if you look inside there, there's like a little crater that's formed, and it just splashed the grounds all over. And on my K-cup, the ground stays there on the bottom, and it's just like a not a French press, but a you know, those little filter bags that you put over directly over the cup and just pour hot waters in there. So it's a little bit more like that. So as you guys can see, coarse ground coffee, which is recommended. You put some coarse ground in there. So but two different styles, two different functions. And I gotta say, the my K-cup is a little better, Plus it gives you the options of choosing which type of coffee you want. If you want to use some some travel mugs or just your regular mugs, you can do all types of stuff with it. I don't know if you can do a carafe with this. Probably if you insert a carafe, you could probably do a carafe with it, but I don't know, the carafe might be really, you need something, a really strong coffee, man. So something like in the grounds, it does recommend, maybe you could put some medium grounds in there, although it says coarse. I think medium would be alright. Fine grind, it might be a little too much for the mesh filter. It might clog it up and stay in there. So overall, I give the my K-Cup 2.0 a score of 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. I like the designs, which you have a lid that you just turn and you know it's sealed in there. This one is just pressed and held in place by a little cheap hinge. So you know, if I had to give the purple blue a score, I would give it probably a 5 out of 10. So yeah, 8 out of 10, 5 out of 10. You guys, you know, make your own conclusions, but you know, my K-Cup is built a little bit better. What I want to try though is there's you know, some aftermarket like the purple blue that are done for carafe. So I'm guessing you could, if you have that little mod that you put on the top here, it's called a freedom clip, I think, and you could put that in there and you could do some travel mug size, but you could put a lot more coffee in there because of the designs of the my K-Cups or the aftermarket one. So and you get a little paper bag, so might try that in the future. Might order this and just try it out, because I like to try all different types of things to find the best one on the bunch. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I know it's running a bit long, but at least you guys can see the difference between the two. So same amount of milk, same everything. This one is a little bit darker and a little bit more tasty. So you know, you guys can pretty much tell the difference right there. So a little bit more tastier on the on my K-Cup versus the purple blue. So the winner is my K-Cup 2.0, the official one. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys on the next one.